Hello everyone and welcome back. In the previous videos we have learned how to create our clients like socket clients and artist clients and our main repository. But in this video we are going to move forward and use it inside our application, some real use. So I'll copy and paste my activities that I've created before since this course is not about creating XML files. So I do have some main activity which is going to have two sides. The first one is going to be sign as a child and the next one is going to be sign as a parent. And on the other hand, the parent activity which is going to have two edit texts and three buttons. One of them is observe, the next one is switch camera, and the other one is start locating. And one map view and the surface view renderer to start watching the call or the video of the child. And on the child, we don't have anything, it's just an empty activity, so we will run a service in background and the child will never ever see this activity. So that's it for XML files. Let's go to our UI packet and create our activities. First, I'll move this main activity to my UI package and refactor it. Inside my main activity, I have to mark it as Android entry point, and here I'll use my view binding, which is going to be private latent var views of type activity main binding, which I guess I forgot to implement the library. So I'll go to my Gradle file and right here I'll add view binding enable is equal to true. Sync it again. After syncing, you'll see we do have our binding object. And inside my main activity, I'll initialize it using activity main binding inflate and just pass the layout inflated to it and set the content to views.root. Okay, so our binding is ready to go. I'll create my private init function as usual and call it inside my onCreate method, just like that. And here I'll use my views to start and apply block. So using these two buttons, I'll check if my permissions are granted first, then I'll move to my child activity. So first let's add our permissions here. Permission, the first one is going to be internet. Next one is find location, course location. Next one is going to be audio, record audio, and the next one is going to be camera, and the last one is going to be foreground service, just like that. So let's go back to our activity and using child login button, and I'll attach this on click listener, and using permission X library I'll check. First I have to init the method and pass the permissions to it, and the permissions are going to be Android manifest permission record audio. I'll copy and paste this. Camera access find location and access course location. And I'll request for the callback. This one is going to have 3 parameters. The first one is all granted, and we don't need the rest of them. So we'll check if all granted is true. Then we want to start activity and pass our intent, which is going to be this at main activity, and the target is going to be child activity, which I don't have it yet. So I'll just write it class.java and put some extra to intent block. And the first one is going to be username, which I'll get from this field. And it's going to be child username, edit text to a string, and trim. And the next one is going to be the password. It's going to be child password, edit text to string.trim. And if it's not all granted, I'll just create a toast. And required permissions are needed. And for the parent login, I'll write parent login button and just attach a click on it, and just attach a click listener on it. And we don't need any permission here, so we'll just start an activity using intent, and destination is going to be parent activity class.java, and we actually don't need any username or password. So let me create our other activities. The first one is going to be parent activity, and the next one is going to be child activity. And these are going to be Android entry points, and we will extend from app compat activity, and we will all write on create method, like this one, just a simple. So we will write the bindings, use of type activity child binding, and here I will just initialize it is equal to activity child binding dot inflate layout inflator to it, and set content view, and then write my init method private font init, just like that. And let's go back to our parent activity. We'll call it parents activity, and it's going to be activity parents binding. Okay, so we're good to go. We'll add these activities to our manifest. Child activity and parent activity. So back here, we'll see that our child and parent activity are ready to use. So that's it for this video. On the next video, I'm going to start writing codes on parent activity. So till the next video, see ya.